Frustrating loss because I thought we should have won the football game and had plenty of opportunities to win the game. Like I said, frustrating loss. Had a number of opportunities to win the game. Felt like we should have won the game and didn't. And you can point to a lot of things. Defensively, we didn't tackle and get off blocks great at times, and they had some long drives. Offensively, we just didn't make enough plays, and we were really poor on third down. But all that being said, as poorly as we played, we've got a 1st and 10 that, I don't know, they're like 26, down 22-17, and have a chance to pull out the win and don't get it done. And so very, very frustrated. I know the guys are frustrated. We haven't played our best football the last 2 weeks, and that's disappointing. And it starts with me. We've got to do a better job as coaches, and I've got to do a better job to make sure that we have really good plans to be able to execute. And we didn't do that today, and that's really frustrating.
Coach, the Wildcat formation wasn't really productive today, running the ball right into the stuffed box, but it seemed to be the go-to play. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, we should be able to get a yard. That's the bottom line, or a half a yard, or whatever the heck it would be. You got it in your best player's hands, and we don't. They do a good job, and it didn't get it done.
Was this a game where you guys just couldn't find your rhythm on either side of the ball?
Yeah, probably true. They had some long drives. Their offense did. They rushed the ball well. I think the running back did a good job. Their offensive line did a good job. We found a way to get a couple of stops and force some field goals, but couldn't get off the field on third down, and couldn't stay on the field on their end on third down. And you're right that you try to get into a rhythm offensively, and just you can't, because you can't convert on third downs.
Assess Will Howard's play.
Had a big time run to set us up, or give a big touchdown when we needed it, and have to look at the film and see where our errors were, if they were in routes, protection, if it was throws, whatever it may be. But we offensively in general, not just one player, offensively we got to be better.
Looking back, is there anything you wish you guys had done differently other than obviously convert on those last 2 fourth downs?
Well, from a play call, yeah, you can always call something different for sure. But we felt like we had to run the football and needed to run the football. And bottom line is, with the players we have on offense, we should be able to get a yard, and we didn't do that. And so give Texas credit for getting a couple of big stops on 2 different occasions. Hindsight's always easy to say you could pick a different run play or throw the ball out of it.
How do you think the defense played today?
Up and down. You held them to 22 points, so that's one thing. But and we got the big turnover, which helped us early on in the game. They did some things out of an unbalanced set. They used their Wildcat formation and did some really good things. So we just didn't sustain enough things defensively. They rushed for over 200 yards, and we knew that they were going to run the football. They've been averaging over 200 yards rushing, and we didn't get the stops when we needed to get the stops.
You gave it to Deuce Vaughn a lot today. I mean, how do you think he ran the ball?
He did a great job. I mean, Deuce is a special player and a really good, talented kid, and he makes some great plays. But obviously, it wasn't enough. But it's a frustrating thing. We've got kids that are really hurting in there because they really wanted to win this game. They really wanted to beat Texas. I don't fault our effort. Our effort's good. Our efforts, the kids wanted to win. They played their tails off. We just didn't get it done, and it's really frustrating.
So Skyler in uniform, obviously didn't play.
Yeah.
Was he close?
Probably. He was close. He progressed throughout the week, and he wanted to go through warm-ups and see what he could do, and he couldn't push off like he wanted to. And so we had to make the decision not to play him.
You just mentioned effort, but did you think, I'm in the press box, I don't know, down the field, that maybe Texas wanted it a little bit more?
That's a good question. I can't answer for you, Fitz. Our kids wanted to win. I can't tell you about Texas kids, but our kids wanted to win. We just weren't we didn't execute well enough today.
The first fourth down, is there no hesitation to go for it in that situation?
You bet. We needed to. Our defense was gassed. We needed to get a first down. We needed to keep our offense on the field, and same thing. I mean, it's 4th and short, and we need to be able to convert that.
Did you ever think about a QB sneak in those?
Think about a lot of things, and they got big bodies in there, and we didn't make the plays.
You mentioned big turnover early on. How did you think TJ played getting in
He made a great play there. Big back. I'm sure he missed him a couple of times like a lot of guys did. But proud of TJ to be able to play. He played an awful lot of snaps out there, and he needed that for his confidence. He needs that for experience factor moving forward.
So what do you do moving forward now? Bowl game on the
Yep.
horizon.
Well, we head on the road as coaches, and Coach True and his staff will work with the guys the next couple of weeks as with just lifting and getting their bodies back and getting their minds back, and 12 games is a grind, and we'll be on the road, but we'll figure it out next weekend where we're playing. I'm excited that we get to play another football game. We were sitting at 3-3 and didn't know what the heck was going to happen, and lo and behold, we ended up 7-3, and that's what's frustrating. We got out of a hole at 3-3 and went to 7-3 with the full expectation that we could get to 9-3, and the full expectation that we could get to 8-4 after Baylor beat us. And that's where I'm frustrated. I know the players are. Is we had chances, and we probably had chances to flip it the other way and not get to 6 or 7 wins. We did, but I'm just frustrated because we should be at 8 or 9 wins.
How much do you think, if he'd been able to go, could you have given you guys today?
Couldn't tell you.
Coach, this is not a situation unique to you, but the transfer portal being open during the season so guys can go into it, how distracting is that for a team?
Well, it's just I'm sure it's distracting, but it's what we created. It's what the NCAA and the governing bodies created is kids to be able to come and go, and we've benefited from this as well. But we've lost some kids, and it's not going to change, I don't think, anytime soon, Fitz.
Is it possible to maybe just do a window postseason so guys could quit, but they couldn't go into the fourth?
That would be great. I don't see that happening. Yeah, I would love that to happen. I wish we would finish seasons. I wish coaches would get an opportunity to finish seasons. I got a good friend in Matt Wells that didn't get a chance to finish the season, and I don't know all the stuff behind the scenes, but when we can get rid of coaches, why would a player stay? We fire coaches mid-season or get rid of coordinators mid-season, and then kids are like, I guess that's the norm. And that's where our profession is at right now. And like it or not, that is where our profession is, and we have to adjust to it.
Is that possibly because of the early signing period? Everyone wants to try to get.
Could be. That's part of it, but the early signing period still, transfers can sign, they're it's not just for high school kids, I know that.
Chris, how much of the short week hurt you here in terms of with Skylar moving in with Coach?
I don't think so. No, we had who we had. I knew we weren't going to have Sky, and I knew we weren't going to have J-Mac. Those were two guys. We didn't have D. Hentz. We thought we'd get him. We didn't have Spencer Trussell. Maybe another day, but, we had what we had, and you get an opportunity to tee it up and play, you got to be able to go play.
17 points in the first half, none in the second.
Yeah.
Just overall, what do you think changed there?
That's a good question, because we had good field position and just our inability to execute. And that's once again, guys, I'm frustrated just like you guys are, just like our fan base is, and they should be, because we were in good position at halftime. Even though things weren't great, we made some mistakes. We were in good position up a point at halftime and get a good kick return. But we just didn't convert and capitalize, and I'm frustrated like everybody else is.